today is how bad that man, Anthony Edwards, is and what he did to the Los Angeles Lakers last night. Anthony Edwards, to me, is clear and far away the story of these NBA playoffs for the second straight year. And what he and the Timberwolves are on their way to doing right now is they have the Lakers down 3-1 as they have LeBron James and Luka Doncic facing elimination together just months removed from them being united as a tandem. That gives him the most motion coming off the weekend, and that also has him right in front of, staring in the face of like damn near NBA immortality. Look at what he did last year. And I know it ended in the Western Conference Finals with a loss to Luka Doncic and the Mavericks, and it looked like he was out of gas, in need of help, and also just too young, too inexperienced for the moment. But last season, the Timberwolves swept the Phoenix Suns, swept Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. All the while, you got the moments of Anthony Edwards staring down in the face of, barking at, taunting Kevin Durant, who was his childhood hero, who was his favorite player growing up, and still is. Then, in the very next season, those same Timberwolves walked into Ball Arena, walked into Denver, Colorado, and stole the first two games off of a team that was a finals favorite that year. Stole both of them in Denver, and even when the Nuggets fought back and put the Timberwolves on the brink of elimination, down 3-2, Anthony Edwards and then Karl Towns as his partner marched back, won the last two games of that series, and sent the MVP packing. So that's KD, Devin Booker, and Nikola Jokic already on this dude's mantle. Doncic and the Mavericks get him in the Western Conference Finals. It was clear the T-Wolves had ran out of gas. This year, they open up again, underseeded against the Lakers, do not have home court advantage, and they are on the brink of potentially getting a gentleman's sweep over Luka Doncic and LeBron James. And what's on the other side of that? If Ant-Man gets it done, and again, last night, 43 points, 9 boards, 6 assists. He was 5 for 10 from deep. He played a nearly perfect game from the guard spot, and those are just the offensive numbers. I haven't even brought up the defensive prowess that this guy had and the kind of bulldog mentality he had, and he alluded to it after the game, how he was going to be relentless. He was not going to allow them to have any space or get any level of comfortability. If Anthony Edwards and the T-Wolves can get through these Lakers, especially in 5 games, and then sit and wait for the Warriors to get done with the Rockets, he has a chance to not only knock off Luka, LeBron, KD, the Joker, and he already got Devin Booker as well, a guy that has made it to the NBA Finals. He's going to have a shot at dethroning the other king of this generation, which is Stephen Curry, alongside Jimmy Butler, who I believe, do we know whether or not he's playing tonight?
I'll look it up now.
Warriors. Take a look. He missed game 3, and the Warriors, it did not matter. They still had their way with Houston. Houston's just clearly not ready yet. But we could be talking about a 23-year-old budding superstar in Anthony Edwards who would already have on his mantle, in his trophy case, the heads of all of the defining players of this generation of basketball. Curry is the last piece to that puzzle. And playoff Jimmy is going to get slain right alongside Curry, and then it's going to be left up to the Thunder and the T-Wolves to see who comes out of the West. I'm telling y'all right now, just like I told y'all this same time last year when Theoretically Speaking was only a month old, Anthony Edwards is a mother bleeping problem, and the dude is not going to be going anywhere for the next decade or so. He's an issue. He's already better, to me, than a guy like Luka Doncic, who's only giving it to you on one side of the floor and is never in shape enough to be able to create the kind of advantages you need in a playoff series on a consistent basis. He's already better than most all of the other guards in the NBA who are trying to contend for that spot, who are trying to be next up. I would take Anthony Edwards over Jason Tatum. I would take Anthony Edwards clearly over anybody else out of the East between Donovan Mitchell, Cade Cunningham, and any of those stars, Jalen Brunson. I mean, the question is, who's going to bring it more when it's Ant-Man versus Shea in the Western Conference Finals? We'll see. But what I do know is he is clearly the MVP of this playoff weekend. He has the most motion on this Motion Monday coming off of what he did. And let's just take a listen before we get into more action here. Let's take a listen to Anthony Edwards on the back end of what was an impressive game already. talking about how specifically he was not backing down to the King.
Yeah, it's going to be physical, man. I wouldn't say I was trying to make a point, but just let them know that we here. We ain't just going to push us around all night. I mean, because, I'm not going to lie, he's strong. It's hard to keep him from, he posted me up. He got all the way to the rim. I was glad he missed the layup, but he a lot stronger than me. But just let him know that we're going to be here all night, and I'm going to be a pest to him. Whenever I get on him, I'm going to try to get up under his skin. I'm going to try. Because, we played together at USA. He was like a big brother to me. He looked out for me, helped me out a lot with reading the game, IQ and everything. So, just trying to be a pest to him out there.
The NBA has got a monster on his hands, and his name is Anthony Edwards. And he got the Olympics bump that we always talk about from the Summer Olympics with Team USA, when you're able to be around those vets, those legends, those other great players, and you're able to pick up things through osmosis. He has that bump he's riding off of from the Paris Olympics. He also already has his massive playoff defeat. The agony he felt from last year's Western Conference Final when he fell to Luka Doncic, and you could tell he has a chip on his shoulder from that because he wastes no time. I believe it was game 1 where he was already in Luka's face, barking at him, making sure he got him isolated on a few plays and letting him know before and after hitting shots on him who was going to come out victorious. Like, your boy has got much motion, so much motion, and it's like the perfect tidal wave right now at 23 years old with Julius Randle as his running mate, with Jaden McDaniels, with Naz Reid as the guys that are helping him get there. This dude is taking over the league by a storm. And I can't wait to see how he's able to kind of have that killer mentality and close out this Lakers series. I saw the bad news on Lillard right there, C-Cat.
Yeah, so we have good news for Jimmy Butler.
Okay, what's the news on Jimmy?
Listed as questionable, but from Clutch Points, James Siegel is saying that, or Brett Siegel, excuse me, he will return for Game 4.
Okay.
Good news.
Tonight.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah. So tonight we begin the night with little Heat Cavs. Heat Cavs tonight.
It sounds like the way you're putting it is like it's a nice hors d'oeuvre, but it's not.
It's not a good hors d'oeuvre. Heat Cavs tonight is the appetizer that you wish you didn't order. You try to send it back, but the waitress is kind of like, hey, man, you've already ate half of it, so you got to kind of finish that. We're going to still charge you for this one. It's like have you ever had calamari that came out and it was a little soggy?
Yes.
Felt like it was like, this is not freshly made.
And the sauce, that's straight from the can. You can't, don't, come on.
Yeah, it's just soggy calamari. That's what Heat Cavs is. Whereas tonight, when we have Rockets Warriors, that is, let's see if there's anything left in the tank from the Rockets. Will they put up a fight? This young team that does not have that 1A option, will they bounce back versus the return of Jimmy Butler? Kind of feels like we're sealing the coffin on their fate as well. So, I don't know. NBA action tonight, not going to be as good as what we had last night, where we had controversial finish with Knicks Pistons, an electric game by Anthony Edwards, 16 points in the fourth quarter. He outscored both Luka and LeBron combined in that fourth quarter. I think LeBron went scoreless in the final frame.
Yikes.
It was bad. But Ant was good.
And the bad news that you saw from the Milwaukee Bucks is Dame